The clock strikes midnight. The house is still. You lie in bed, staring at the ceiling. The walls feel closer, the silence louder. During the day, loneliness hides behind errands and routines. But at night, when the world grows quiet, the ache of being alone presses heavier. The bed feels too big. Hours stretch endlessly. If you felt this way, you're far from alone. Research from UCLA shows that nighttime loneliness affects people across all age groups, with seniors particularly vulnerable to sleep disruption tied to social isolation. Tonight, let's explore why darkness amplifies loneliness and discover gentle ways to reclaim peace in even the longest hours. Loneliness strikes hardest when distractions disappear. During daylight, life provides a soundtrack, a neighbor's lawnmower, traffic humming past. The phone is ringing. These sounds remind us that the world continues, that life surrounds us. But night erases this comfort. The house falls silent. Phones stop ringing. Even the street grows still. In this quiet, our minds turn inward and amplify everything. Regrets echo louder. Memories replay more vividly. Tomorrow's worries multiply. What felt manageable in daylight becomes overwhelming in darkness. This isn't weakness, it's biology. Our brains evolved to stay alert in silence, scanning for threats. Alone at night, the mind interprets quiet as potential danger, triggering unease. Your evening mood dip isn't imaginary. It's your circadian rhythm naturally lowering serotonin as darkness falls. Take Margaret, a retired librarian from Ohio. Days brought garden work and calls with friends. But when evening arrived, she dreaded the stillness. "It felt like I was the only person awake in the entire world," she said. "That's when missing my husband hit hardest." Her words capture what many experience. Night strips away noise and leaves us facing absence directly. Yet understanding this changes everything. Once we know why nights feel difficult, we can transform them, not with fear, but with intention, comfort, and gentle ritual. The darkness that feels like an enemy can become a sanctuary. When loneliness collides with sleeplessness, your body responds as if under attack. Here's the cascade. Your brain senses isolation as danger. It releases cortisol, flooding your system with stress hormones. Your heart begins racing, muscles tense, breathing becomes shallow, and crucially, cortisol blocks melatonin, the hormone that guides you into sleep. It's a vicious cycle. Loneliness triggers stress, stress disrupts sleep, and poor sleep deepens loneliness. By morning, you're both exhausted and disconnected. That exhaustion makes reaching out even harder the next day, and the spiral continues. Consider David, a widower from coastal Maine. Many nights, he lay awake until sunrise, his body tired but his mind racing. "I'd think of everyone I'd lost, every mistake I'd made," he recalled. "By dawn, I was worn out before the day began." This physical toll is real. Chronic nighttime stress can weaken immunity, worsen pain, and cloud memory. But here's the hopeful truth. Just as your body reacts powerfully to stress, it responds equally well to calm. With gentle nighttime practices, you can teach your nervous system to release tension. You can signal safety to your mind. You can prepare your body for rest, even when sleep feels impossible. Your body wants to heal. It wants to rest. Sometimes it just needs reminding how. The key isn't fighting the night. It's softening it. Small rituals can transform empty hours into spaces of comfort. Create a haven. Dim, harsh lights an hour before bed. Light a battery-operated candle or use a soft lamp. These visual cues tell your brain it's time to shift from alertness to rest. Nurture yourself. Prepare a warm drink, chamomile tea, warm milk, or even hot water with honey. This isn't just soothing, it's an act of self-care that signals safety to your nervous system. Breathe intentionally. Sit comfortably. Place one hand on your chest. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale gently for 6. With each breath, imagine inhaling peace and releasing loneliness. Write it down. Keep a notebook beside your bed. Racing thoughts, write them out. Sometimes transferring worries from mind to paper is enough to quiet the mental chatter. Or try listing 3 small blessings from your day, shifting focus from emptiness to gratitude. Invite a gentle sound. Soft music, nature sounds, or guided meditations can fill silence without overwhelming it. Many find that a familiar voice, even recorded, creates companionship in the quiet. Build a routine, go to bed and wake at consistent times. Routine reassures your body, training it to expect rest. Remember Ruth, whose granddaughter introduced her to bedtime affirmations? Each night, she played a recording of gentle words. You are loved. You are safe. You are enough. Ruth said it felt like being tucked in with kindness. You cannot control the silence, but you can choose how to fill it. Loneliness whispers that no one shares your wakeful hours. But companionship takes many forms, even when no one else is physically present. Sacred connection brings comfort to many. Prayer, meditation, or simply whispering words of gratitude can feel like a conversation with something greater. You don't need formal religion, just the sense of being held by love beyond yourself. Memory as medicine transforms pain into presence. Instead of dwelling on regrets, recall moments of joy. Picture a family dinner filled with laughter. Remember walking with a dear friend. Relive when your home rang with voices and warmth. These memories remind your heart that connection exists and will exist again. Technology as a bridge can offer gentle companionship. Guided sleep meditations, calming podcasts, or peaceful playlists provide voices to accompany you through darkness. Some join online groups for live meditations, creating a connection across distance. Consider Harold, a veteran who once cursed sleepless nights. Gradually, he reframed them as sacred time, moments for reflection, prayer, and gentle self-conversation. I stopped fighting the quiet and started using it, he shared. This is emotional companionship, reminding yourself you're neither abandoned nor invisible. Whether through faith, memory, or mindful technology, you can fill silence with presence. The night need not be empty. It can be full of gentle voices, loving memories, and the quiet companionship of your own caring heart. Loneliness tells a cruel story. You're alone in the dark while everyone else sleeps peacefully. But here's truth. Millions of people lie awake at this very moment. You're not the only one staring at 2 a.m. shadows. You're part of a vast, invisible community of night wanderers, each seeking rest, each deserving peace. The shift begins with a simple question. Instead of asking, "Why can't I sleep?" try asking, "How can I use this time gently?" Night becomes opportunity. Hours become space for reflection, breathing, or simply resting without pressure. Think of darkness not as punishment, but as sanctuary, a quiet cocoon where healing happens slowly, naturally. Reframe solitude as sacred. Night offers uninterrupted time with yourself. This isn't emptiness, it's intimacy with your own soul. In a world that demands constant connection, you have precious hours of stillness. Margaret, whom we met earlier, learned this transformation. She began viewing her wakeful hours as conversations with memory, time to honor her husband's love rather than mourn his absence. The loneliness didn't vanish, but it softened into something bearable, even meaningful. When you change how you see the night, you change how it feels. Instead of endless hours to endure, it becomes sacred space to inhabit with gentleness. Loneliness whispers despair, but wisdom whispers hope. And hope, however small, carries you until dawn. The night can stretch long. Silence can feel sharp. But loneliness at night doesn't mean you're weak. It means your heart longs for connection. That longing proves your capacity for love. Tonight, you've learned why darkness amplifies loneliness, how your body responds to isolation, and how gentle rituals can bring calm. You've discovered that companionship comes in many forms, and that shifting perspective transforms suffering into sanctuary. So when you next find yourself awake in the longest night, try one small change. Light a soft candle. Write 3 lines of gratitude. Breathe slowly and whisper kindness to yourself. Choose not to fight the darkness, but to befriend it. Because every night, no matter how endless it feels, gives way to dawn. With sunrise comes hope, renewal, and the promise that life continues forward. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not destined to face darkness alone. If tonight's message touched you, consider joining others who understand. Together, we share stories, gentle practices, and the reminder that healing is possible. Sometimes the smallest light shines brightest in deepest darkness. Let your light shine, even tonight, especially tonight.